So here recently, Florida recruiting has been in the news cycle, and up until this week, it wasn't for reasons that excited Florida Gators fans. However, Billy Napier and the Gators are trying desperately to turn that around this week, getting a massive win in the transfer portal for an offensive lineman that they really needed, and today, we need to talk about a win they got in the class of 2024 for one of the most gifted prospects in all of high school football, something we have got to break down. Before we can, as always, y'all know the drill, I have got to hear from you. Hop down to the comments, give me a Y for yes or an N for no. Are you excited that Adarius Hayes chose the Florida Gators? And let me know what you're thinking. If you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe. Hit that bell notification as I do constant college football content. You don't want to miss any of it. And if you enjoyed this content, be sure to like and comment down below. Those interactions may seem small, but they truly are massive to content creators such as myself in both getting picked up and maintained by the YouTube algorithm. And we're on a push to 20,000 subscribers. I'd love nothing more than to have you a part of this unbelievable community. But having said all that, let's jump right into this. And Adarius Hayes is a big win for the Florida Gators as they're trying to stack talent in that class of 2024. And Billy Napier and the Gators just signed a top 15 class in the nation even after the Jaden Rashada debacle, something that the Florida fans are trying to put behind them. But when you get in wins, such as Hayes, it's much easier to forget about the Rashada situation. Because Hayes is an outside linebacker from the state of Florida that stands 6'4", 210 pounds, and comes in as the number 61 player in the nation per 24/7 Sports Composite. So he is a very gifted player, and on top of being a top 75 player in the nation, regardless of position, you get to keep him home. And that is a big win for Billy Napier and the Gators. One thing we talked about a lot here on the channel before Billy Napier was hired is Florida has got to figure out a way to keep Florida talent in the state of Florida. And I have to give credit where it's due. In between Miami, in between Florida, and in between Florida State, they've been doing a much better job at keeping Florida talent in the state of Florida. And this is a great example of that. And the Florida Gators already have a top 10 class in the class of 2024, and this is edition number 4 in that class. Now, one of the things I think is so key in this is stacking talent in all the right positions. This edge position has become a premium in college football and the NFL, and for good reason. When we look at how the modern offenses have evolved, it's only natural that defenses are going to evolve as well to try and account for some of the things the offenses do. One of the best ways to get a modern offense off their spot, affect the quarterback. Get him off his game. These top-tier pass rushers, they can do that. We see that time and time again. Look at the NFL draft over the past few years and look at where these pass rushers are going. And that should tell you the premium the NFL and college football is putting on these type of guys. So for you to be able to get in a guy that ranks as a top 100 prospect in the nation at that position, well, I think that's a fantastic win. And like I said, the cherry on top is you get to keep a Florida kid in the state of Florida. And make no mistake about it, the outside forces, they're always going to be working to try and break into the state of Florida. It is such a talent-rich state. Whenever we look at it, I talked about this a lot in the class of 2023. If we look at the class of 2023, of the top 300 prospects in the nation, Florida had like 56 of them in their state, which is just wild to me, that the Florida schools could just stay in their own state and still get top-tier recruiting classes. This is why it's so important to recruit your state and recruit it efficiently. And look, we have to give credit where it's due. Billy Napier and them are doing that, and I'm very interested to see what this coming season has, not only for them on the field, but in terms of recruiting. Hop down to the comments, let me know what you're thinking. That's it. See you.